All right, today we're going around to fix the fact that it looks like you borrowed your 12-year-old little brother's legs by going over an exercise that everybody should be doing and how to do it in a way you get even more out of it. We're talking walking lunges, so let's get after it. And if you're sitting there thinking, what else can I learn about them? They're simple. You walk, you lunge, that's it. If that's your mindset, that's fine. Go back to tucking it between your legs and wearing skinny jeans because obviously you should understand the general concept of walking lunges. If you didn't, you wouldn't have made it this far in life. You wouldn't have been hit by a car trying to cross the street, or you would have eaten enough paste as a kid to go septic. These are about the modifications you can make to turn this good exercise into a phenomenal one. Now, compound exercises usually come with a price, like deadlifts. No one's going to argue that it's not the best exercise for hitting that entire posterior chain, but if your goal is to prioritize one of those muscle groups over others, then you can make the case that picking a hyper-targeted exercise is going to get you better results. For instance, say you want to hit those mid or upper traps, then doing a shrug where you're slightly tilted forward, or even doing a rack dead will get you better results than a typical deadlift. And that's what makes walking lunges so great, because in their most basic form, you're going to destroy everything from the waist down. But mid-exercise, you can change it and target specific areas. And just in case you're somebody that does better with analogies, it's like the reason we're all drawn to buffets. We don't go there because they have the best tasting dessert. We go there in an attempt to hurt ourselves with food because we're perfectly okay shoving as many shitty desserts in our face as possible, even if they taste like they've been in the refrigerator for 2 weeks, because we just want to be full and happy. Now, walking lunges are the adult version of that. It's making a map of all the best desserts at each restaurant in town and driving to each of them until you're physically ill. So starting out, the angle at which you step out obviously matters. If your go-to is a traditional lunge with no modifications, that tells me you're okay with having an average life. A wife, couple kids, eventually fall in hard times, get divorced, end up with cirrhosis of the liver, and die alone. But if you want more in life, then just taking a couple steps in will completely change the exercise. Because now that front foot is almost completely in line with that back one, it's going to force you to drive that knee open, but also shift your weight from side to side, causing you to activate, engage, and tear up those glutes. Or you can target those adductors as well as that vastus medialis by stepping out at a 45-degree or even greater angle while simultaneously making everybody else in the gym's life miserable because you're taking up so much damn space. So another thing I don't see a lot of people do is factoring in how they're going to execute each rep. Am I going to drive through each one, so more quad and glute based, or am I going to pull myself up with each rep, more hamstring and glutes? So if my goal is to drive through each rep, I can take anything from a medium step where my knee is directly over my heel to the extreme end where my knee is drifting way over my toe, but I'm also going to lean forward to put more of a stretch on that quad and glute. And if my goal is to pull myself up with every rep, I can take a medium step or even longer because I want to put more of a stretch on that hamstring, but also as I'm coming up, I'm going to rotate over top of those hips and lean back. That way my hamstring has to contract me up, but I'll also drag that back foot to give me a little bit of balance, but make sure I'm pulling that other leg into the other one so you're contracting and dragging them together. It's a horrible pain. And I probably should go over how high to come up with each rep because height matters. That's why when you're on a dating app, the person will give you a couple bullshit questions first and then go right into, it doesn't matter to me, it's no big deal, but how tall are you? I would err on the side of staying lower because there's no reason to lock out that knee. You only increase your risk of potential injury and you take the tension off of whatever leg muscles you're trying to hit. So let's end this by issuing a challenge, and not like the push-up challenge like everybody else is doing, because if it's not push-ups, I'm not interested. Instead, over the next 4 weeks, every single leg day, do a different variation of walking lunges. Could be the monster walk, could be 180 continuous steps where you don't stop even if your form starts to break down. Could be weighted lunges where you hit more glute, adductor, hamstring focus. It doesn't matter. Just make sure it's really high reps and it sucks. And be sure to tag me with whatever sadistic and stupid ideas you come up with. And if you haven't got a chance to check out the program, I'll link that below. Good luck. But make sure you watch these 2 videos next and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and get after it, get growing. Talk to you soon.